What's up, Bitcoin Bulletin fam? We're diving straight into the action with some massive whale activity that has analysts sounding the alarm. Get ready for a deep dive into why Bitcoin whales have sold over $12.75 billion in BTC this past month, the biggest sell-off we've seen in 3 years. Could this signal a dip below $100,000? But hold up, is the bull run truly over? We're breaking down the expert analysis that says the peak is still a long way off, looking at on-chain data, liquidity, and crucial technical indicators that suggest there's still significant upside left in the market. Don't let the headlines fool you. And then, we're heading over to Metaplanet. Their stock is taking a hit, but they're also making another huge Bitcoin purchase. We've got the details on their latest $15.2 million acquisition and what it means for their stock price and their ambitious goal of holding 100,000 BTC. Is this a buy-the-dip opportunity? Finally, we're revisiting that massive whale selling trend, digging into the numbers and what it means for Bitcoin's immediate future. Plus, we'll touch on what the Fed's next move could mean for the crypto market. Make sure you're subscribed and the bell is rung so you don't miss any of these critical updates. Bitcoin whales unleash massive sell-off. Analysts warn of $100K dip. Get ready, because Bitcoin just experienced its biggest whale sell-off in 3 years. In the past month alone, these massive holders have dumped over $12.75 billion in BTC, shedding a staggering 114,920 coins. This isn't just a blip. It's the largest monthly exodus from whales since July 2022, and it's got analysts talking about a potential drop below the crucial $100,000 mark. Crypto analyst Ted even pointed to the recent blood moon lunar event, noting that every occurrence since May 2021 has preceded market downturns, suggesting a bearish outlook for BTC and altcoins. While Bitcoin is currently trading around $111,000, down from its August peak, the broader picture still shows resilience. Compared to previous cycles, this correction is relatively shallow, and the one-year moving average has surged significantly, indicating a strong underlying foundation. However, even with corporate treasuries hitting record highs, institutional buying has shown signs of slowing down, with smaller, more cautious transactions becoming the norm. This cautious sentiment among large investors could indeed put pressure on the price in the coming weeks. This massive whale dumping is definitely a major signal for the market, sparking intense debate among traders and investors about the immediate future of Bitcoin's price. Will the support levels hold, or are we in for a significant correction? But before we dive deeper into the implications of this whale activity, don't go anywhere. We've got more critical insights coming up, including why some experts believe the bull run is far from over, even with these sell-offs. You won't want to miss what's next. Think the Bitcoin bull run is over. Experts say think again. Despite recent price action and major whale sell-offs, the debate is raging. Have we seen the peak of Bitcoin's bull run? According to a growing number of market experts, the answer is a resounding no. They argue that the evidence strongly suggests there's still significant upside left in this cycle, and the final top is nowhere in sight. These experts are weighing in on 3 critical dimensions: on-chain data, liquidity conditions, and technical indicators. Across all 3, the message is consistent: the market is poised for further growth. While whale activity might be creating short-term pressure, the underlying fundamentals and broader market dynamics point towards continued upward momentum. This perspective offers a crucial counterpoint to the bearish sentiment fueled by recent sell-offs, suggesting that this might just be a healthy consolidation before the next leg up. This expert outlook is generating a buzz across crypto communities, with many investors feeling more confident about holding their positions and even looking for opportunities to buy the dip. It's a crucial reminder that short-term volatility doesn't always dictate the long-term trend. Now, while some are betting on the bull run continuing, others are making bold moves in the corporate crypto space. Stick around as we explore Metaplanet's latest Bitcoin acquisition amidst a stock price correction. Could this be a smart contrarian play? Metaplanet buys more Bitcoin amid stock slump. Buy the dip opportunity. Is Metaplanet playing a risky game? The Japanese firm just announced another significant Bitcoin purchase, acquiring an additional 136 BTC for $15.2 million, even as its stock price tanks. Despite this aggressive accumulation, Metaplanet stock has fallen sharply, now trading below 700 JPY and down over 63% from its June peak. This divergence between Bitcoin holdings and stock performance is raising eyebrows. Analysts Zinc has highlighted the Metaplanet power law quantile model, suggesting that 705 JPY could be a floor price for the stock, with a median fair value around 1,332 JPY. With the stock currently dipping below this potential floor, some investors see it as a prime buy-the-dip opportunity. However, concerns linger as Metaplanet's flywheel model, which relies on its rising stock price to fund Bitcoin purchases, appears to be slowing. The premium over its Bitcoin holdings has shrunk considerably, raising fears of shareholder dilution. Despite the stock market pressure, Metaplanet remains committed to its Bitcoin strategy, aiming for 100,000 BTC by the end of 2026. The latest purchase, averaging $111,666 per BTC, brings their total holdings to over 20,000 BTC. The market is closely watching whether this bold accumulation strategy will pay off, especially after securing shareholder approval for substantial funding for future purchases. This bold move by Metaplanet, despite its stock's volatility, is a hot topic. Investors are debating whether this is a sign of conviction or a desperate gamble. We've seen whales selling and companies buying, but what's the bigger picture telling us? We're going to wrap things up by revisiting the massive whale selling trend and looking at what the Fed's next move could mean for Bitcoin. Don't go anywhere. Bitcoin whale selling hits highest level since July 2022. We're seeing a major trend unfold. Bitcoin whales are selling like never before. Over the past month, large holders have offloaded more than 115,000 BTC, valued at a staggering $12.7 billion. This marks the most intense selling pressure from whales since July 2022, signaling significant caution among these major players. The selling peaked around September 3rd, with whales liquidating over 95,000 BTC in just 1 week, a level not seen since March 2021. Amidst this selling pressure, Bitcoin briefly dipped below $108,000. Analysts warn that this sustained reduction in portfolios could continue to pressure the leading cryptocurrency in the coming weeks. However, it's not all bearish news. LVRG Research Director Nick Rock points out that institutional investors and ETF demand are acting as a counterbalance, supporting market resilience. While whale activity might cap short-term upside, the fundamentals remain strong. Factors like stablecoin volume near record highs and declining exchange balances suggest underlying strength, while regulatory developments and potential Fed rate cuts are also on the radar. Some experts predict a rate cut could trigger a rally next quarter, though others remain cautious, noting that market expectations are already partly priced in. This intense whale selling has sparked a major debate. Will institutional demand absorb the selling pressure, or are we headed for a deeper correction? Analysts are closely watching key support levels around $110,000 and resistance at $113,400. And that brings us to the end of today's Bitcoin Bulletin. But before you go, let's do a quick recap of all the massive news we covered today. Make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss an update. What a show! We saw Bitcoin whales unleash their biggest sell-off in 3 years, sparking fears of a $100 K dip, but experts are still bullish, saying the peak is nowhere in sight. Metaplanet kept buying Bitcoin despite its stock price falling, and that massive whale selling trend continues to dominate headlines. Don't miss out on any of these critical updates. Hit that like button, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin for more, ring that notification bell, and follow us on all social platforms to stay ahead of the curve.